So Fantastic Four is in theaters soon, and somehow the biggest buzz is not the cast, the story, or even the MCU itself. Apparently, it's the popcorn bucket. And that's where we are now. The Fantastic Four used to be Marvel royalty, but after years of being buried by the MCU, they're being wheeled out again like it's supposed to go ahead and fix everything. Okay, so the Fantastic Four is Marvel's desperate swing to prove that the MCU still has life in it. And right now, it feels like the Fantastic Four is being hyped more by marketing gimmicks than just by actual fan excitement. Okay, now tickets are on sale now for the new Fantastic Four movie, and it's way earlier than usual, apparently. Now, this thing doesn't even come out until July 25th, and apparently, well, that's not typically, but usually we don't see tickets open until about a month before release. But they've jumped the gun. Why? Well, because they're spooked, basically. Now, the MCU has been stumbling hard lately, and with Superman and Jurassic World dropping ahead of Fantastic Four, well, Marvel is sweating basically, and they see the numbers for Superman and they're panicking. Okay, they're hoping early ticket sales can create the illusion of hype, but it reeks of desperation, not confidence at all. Okay, so the real issue here is that the Fantastic Four doesn't resonate the way it used to. Now, that's not entirely the our audience fault. It's actually Marvel's, okay? They buried the team for over a decade because Fox had the movie rights. They didn't promote the comics and stuff, didn't even use the characters and everything. And now they're surprised that people don't care. Now, the MCU sidelined one of its foundational teams for years, and now they're shocked that fans are not foaming at the mouth. I mean, this movie has a shot, but they've got to earn that interest back. Nostalgia can only take you but so far. All right. Now, Neurotic made a good point where he was talking with Chris Gore about this on the stream that they had together, where they noted how Marvel seems scared and stuff, and it's showing. You see, Superman has somewhat buzz, and Jurassic World already has a built-in fan base, but Fantastic Four, I mean, that's a wild card. The MCU's brand is damaged, and the fact that people don't trust it like they used to. And now Marvel is trying to inflate demand by planting stories that websites crashed from high traffic. So supposedly, when Fantastic Four tickets went on sale, AMC, Regal, and Fandango all crashed. That's the story apparently, but I'm pressing X to doubt. You see, they say the demand for Fantastic Four was so overwhelming that it broke theater websites and stuff. I'm sorry, but no, I don't believe that at all. That doesn't add up. You see, Spider Man No Way Home didn't even crash the websites. Avengers Endgame didn't even crash websites. And you expect people, anybody, to believe that Fantastic Four, after years of being absent from the spotlight, all of a sudden crashed websites. I mean, honestly, I don't buy it. This sounds like a marketing spin, and this sounds like Marvel pushing fake hype to trigger the FOMO and make people rush to buy tickets. And I'll be honest with you all, I haven't really heard of a lot of people lately buying tickets straight from the website on computer. They usually get it from the apps and everything. I haven't heard anything about the apps crashing and stuff. But honestly, they're just playing the same old game where fear of missing out is coming. It's the same trick Nintendo pulled with the Switch 2 launch to make it look like, demand is through the roof and everything, and people start scrambling just in case. Now, if that's what Marvel is doing with Fantastic Four, apparently it's transparent, and yes, the popcorn bucket does look cool. Yes, the posters, but crashing websites, I mean, based on Reddit posts and Twitter users, I'm calling baloney right there. The MCU doesn't carry the same pool they used to, and this is the kind of tactic that only makes them look weaker. Okay, now Cosmic Book News even pointed out that down detector showed 12 people reported AMC's website was down. 12. That's it. That's what they're pointing to as proof that demand was so high it broke the internet. 12 people could literally be a Discord server, joking around. And that's not a system breaking surge right there. Okay. Matter of fact, it's barely a flicker. But if Marvel is leaning on that to say the Fantastic Four is blowing up, then the MCU is in worse shape than I thought. All right. Now, if anything's going to go ahead and crash your theater app, it would be, any kind of city and stuff. But I checked on theaters around me, not even 10% sold. Someone else posted that, they were only the second person to buy a ticket at their local Regal Cinemas theater. And that's right there is just a basic crawl. And it's embarrassing at this point. You see, this is a kind of thing that makes it a propaganda phase. Marvel's trying to manufacture momentum for a movie that hasn't even earned it. Now, the Fantastic Four deserves better than to be used as a marketing smokescreen for a flattering MCU, excuse me, a faltering MCU. But here's the thing. I don't think Fantastic Four is going to bomb. It'll probably do final opening weekend, but then it'll bomb after that. And then there's still some curiosity, people wanting to see if Marvel can pull it off. But the second weekend, that right there is the test. That's where word of mouth matters. You see, it's not just about opening numbers anymore. The MCU used to be a ride brand loyalty, but that's gone. Now they need actual quality and genuine buzz. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 pulled it off somehow with word of mouth. Thunderbolts didn't. And that's the line in the sand right now, okay? And speaking of Thunderbolts, I mean, it's pathetic that people are now saying it might do worse than Eternals. It's already doing worse than Eternals. A movie nobody even remembers. And that's the bar that Thunderbolts might fall under. And yeah, the lineup was, weak. Nobody cares about, Ghost or even Taskmaster, even Taskmaster died, but Bucky had fans and still didn't help. Fantastic Four has more legacy than Thunderbolts, no question. But if the MCU keeps phoning it in, even that won't save them. And people are actually tired of being burned. All right. And I'm one of them. Okay. So with Fantastic Four, the posters, a lot of people like them. People like the retro one with Sue Storm's hair. It got that classic vibe, and that's what Marvel needs to lean into. Authenticity, but they can't keep pushing fake narratives about demand and stuff, and they're not really authentic to comics. But saying the Fantastic Four is crashing the internet when you've got empty theaters and 12 down detective reports, that right there is insulting. Okay, so the audience is not stupid. They can smell a setup, and right now the MCU smells like a big PR machine scrambling to fake excitement. All right, now the trailer got over 200 million views in 24 hours, and that's a solid number, but views are not sales. Views aren't even ticket subs. We've seen trailers blow up before and the movie tanked anyway, all right? So unless Marvel delivers something people actually love, I mean, those views won't mean much, okay? Now, the Fantastic Four can't ride nostalgia and fake website crashes forever. It needs to be good. That's it. No gimmicks, just a good movie, and that's it. And if I'm being honest, the Fantastic Four could be the MCU's chance to course correct. I mean, done right, it could actually reset some of the damage. And it's a legacy title. It's got history, but Marvel can't keep relying on smoke and mirrors, okay? And crash websites, I mean, I still don't believe that. If they spent half as much time on the script as they did hyping the popcorn bucket, maybe people would believe in the movie again, all right? Just maybe. But I think the movie makes 500 million to 600 million. That's the range I see. Not a billion, not even close, but it might break even, and that's a win at this point. For the Fantastic Four to succeed, the MCU needs to stop insulting the audience. You see, no more fake hype, no more media spin. Just give us something real. Just give us characters that feel like they actually matter again. I mean, that's the only way to climb out of this hole, all right? But because here's the bottom line. If Deadpool and Wolverine can't crash a website, the Fantastic Four isn't doing it either. And that's just, common sense right there. You see, Marvel needs to go ahead and stop pretending. The MCU is in recovery mode, and pretending that, the Fantastic Four is a phenomenon won't change the fact that the audience has already moved on. Now, if this movie lands, it'll be because it earns it, not because of the marketing fluff. All right. So basically, the popcorn bucket, I mean, a lot of people like it. The posters aren't bad and the trailer views are promising, apparently, but none of that matters. None of that guarantees success. The Fantastic Four is walking into a skeptical market, and the MCU has burned through goodwill. And this time, Marvel can't afford to fake its way out of trouble. But word of mouth will decide this movie's fate, okay? And honestly, no amount of server crash can change that. Okay, so let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Be sure to smash that like button and share the video far and wide across social media. Subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell for future uploads and notifications, and I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, peace.